Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Market Share. I'm Paul Gifford, Chief Investment Officer with First Source Bank. Joining me today is Pete Cahill, one of our senior portfolio managers. Pete, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, Paul.
So, as you know, we've been shooting or recording our annual Outlook videos, and Pete recently wrote a piece on framing and the wider view as part of our series on behavioral finance. Why don't you share with us what those articles are about?
Yeah, so as 2025 comes to a close, this has been a memorable year, to say the least. I think it's been aptly called the year of the headlines, the never-changing headlines. And as we look towards 2026, we certainly have markets that have uncertainty and contradictory news items coming at us. Inflation remains sticky in many parts of the economy. There's short-term volatilities that, with framing, our focus can sometimes become too narrow with the headlines and the short-term market volatilities. We think within the world of investing, taking a step back, the wide view allows us to have the proper perspective and persistence and purpose for helping our clients realize their financial goals.
So Pete, obviously, thank you very much for sharing the thoughts on framing. It's kind of fascinating when you and I get together because we have over 60 years experience in the business between the two of us.
Sure.
Both have more than 30 each. So the nice thing about framing is we've been able to take the wider view, particularly when you think about the 30 years we've been in the business.
Well, I'd be remiss, Paul, not to congratulate you on a milestone that you've had this year. You were celebrating 25 years with First Source Bank.
Well, thank you. It's been great.
And I thought what we would do, it'd be kind of fun to take a walk back through history and see all the things that have taken place over the last 25 years, because certainly we have been through periods of market distress. So at this first graphic right here, Paul, right when you started, the dot-com bubble was there and it burst, and right at the millennium, and then the terrible terrorist attacks of September 11th and the economic aftermath of that. I know, for one, I want to forget the great financial crisis of 2008. There was a European debt crisis. We all had to live through the COVID pandemic and the economic shocks that came through that. And then there's been seemingly no shortage of geopolitical tensions and conflicts over the last quarter of century to navigate through. But we have, and that's because there's also been, on this next page here, tremendous amount of innovation and economic progress. The internet was a novelty 25 years ago. The smartphone did not exist. Digital commerce, people did not understand what that could possibly be. There's been advances in cloud computing, and artificial intelligence is the rage of all the markets right now. The wonderful breakthroughs in healthcare, be it in pharmaceuticals or surgical procedures, continue to advance. And then there's been globalization and the emergence of new economic powerhouses. So the lessons from the last 25 years are clear. Markets are resilient. Innovation drives growth. While we have to pay attention to headlines and short-term volatilities, it's really keeping the right wide view, if you will, to be able to take advantage of opportunities that are presented over the long term.
Well, Pete, I really appreciate that concept of framing and the wide view, because even in being in the business for as long as we have, you can see that occasionally we will frame stuff.
Yeah.
And it's nice that the team gently reminds us when we do that. So, Pete, as always, appreciate your comments as we look ahead to the next 25 years. If you enjoyed today's video, I encourage you to share that with your friends and family. If you do not currently subscribe to the Market Share, you can do so using the QR code at the end of the video or emailing us at wealthadvisory@firstsource.com. And as always, thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your family, and have a great holiday season.